What is going on, folks? This is CJ here of Three Black Geeks representing Blur Station. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jaymar Jackson. I am the author of the series Celestial Elementals. It's about 6 black young adults that live in Atlanta and they get superpowers. They are the next line in a long lineage of warriors who have to face a centuries-old demon and protect the balance of light and dark.
Cool. All right, because this is the question I ask of every black creative, so I'm curious on this.
Of course.
So, in this era of just everybody getting into sci-fi, you know, just fantasy and all that stuff, what was your first sort of idea for this to kind of like, I guess, maybe not go into the same treaded waters that everybody else has done in the fantasy, realm? Because it kind of, sometimes it feels that way. I don't think it's on purpose, but just everybody tends to trip over the same idea kind of thing. So like for this, like, what was the process for it?
So for me, it's 2 things. First thing was we've never had like an all black superhero team that's like set. Like you have your Avengers, you have your what's DC? I forgot that quick. Justice League. Yeah. And so like you have like all these different groups of superheroes who come together to fight for something bigger, but we don't have like a black superhero group. And so I wanted to create that. And so because I have a love for Power Rangers is like really deep, I wanted to create something that's reminiscent of that, but also it encapsulates a lot of tales of like togetherness, about acceptance, about learning about each other, coming together to create something greater than yourself. So that's where my inspiration really comes from, and that's where it draws from. And it's different because it teaches on themes of like acceptance and learning that people are different and we all have to walk this path together, honestly, and we can only do it if we work together.
So what year did you actually start this whole concept up?
So I started 2018, I want to say, and it took me 6 years to finally put it out. Because I'm telling you, it's like, when you have the idea and it's like, okay, I need to do it. At some point around 2022, 2023, that gnawing sensation got worse. And I was like, okay, I need to write this out. And I need to like go ahead and get it to the point where it's like, okay, we're done. And now we're here.
So another question is varying answers I've gotten. So the pandemic hits. For you as a creative, was that something that helped you? In a way,
like the pandemic?
Yeah, during the pandemic, 2020. So 2020, everybody's locked in the house. Did that sort of help you in that process?
For me, it did, because I was able to expand on the ideas of what I want the world to look like a little bit more. So I was able to really sit down and like focus on how I want the series to go and how I want it to end. So that's helped me like to build out the world in the first book. And now I'm working on the second book, and that time in quarantine helped me build upon how I want to tell the story. So it did.
So in terms of people like really catching on to it, like, is there like a certain age demo that kind of takes to this more than others?
Yeah, I would say around like 25 to 44 I've seen.
Oh, really?
But it's really so much it's also for like 13 and up. So it's young adult. And but I've seen like a lot of people around 25, 30 age range come to me like, oh, I loved it. It was great. I enjoyed it. So, yeah.
So where can people, besides probably your website, but like can other people, like where else can people actually find
the book is on Amazon. It's also on Barnes & Noble. It's also on Apple Books. The audio book, which I narrated and voice acted, it's on Audible. It's on Spotify for streaming. It's just there. It's a lot of places you can think of. So, and if you visit tceseries.com, that's my website, you can find links to everything, Amazon, Audible, Spotify, all that. And you'll also see character bios and other things about me, interviews I've done.
So was it very daunting to try to do an audio version of your book?
Wait, say that one more time.
Was it very daunting to try to do an audio version of your book starting out?
Yes.
How difficult? Because some other people say it's easy, and then others it's like,
So for me, it was fun. I would say it was definitely fun. The problem lies where not only I'm switching between voices, including the girl voices.
Oh, okay. So
I did everyone. I voiced everyone. Right. And that was like a little taxing. So I'm thinking like, I'm trying to be more strategic for the next book to see if I can like add more people to help me out. And also going to a studio, because I also like recorded it at home using a Yeti mic. But it sounds good, I think, for the most part. That's why I was just like, yeah, but it's a big process, especially you have to stop recording in one voice, start recording in another. Remember what this voice sounds like, pick it up back again. But it was fun nonetheless. It took a long time, but I really enjoyed the outcome, and I can't wait to do the second one.
Yeah, once you formulated the characters for your book, was it very easy to come up with the designs for them?
So yeah, because everybody, everybody has their own distinct personality and their way for the group. Ray is essentially the lead of the group.
Yeah.
And his personality is like fun, it's carefree, but I'm your friend. I can be here for you. I have a lot of patience, but don't push me too far.
Oh, yeah.
And like for Kalia's a smart one, but mostly she procrastinates. But since becoming an elemental, she's shot up. Okay. And she's like super intelligent. So everybody has their own personalities, their own builds and everything. And it like really rounds out the group to make this like actual cohesive team that like, can really work together once they get their things together.
You know, most people when they do creatives and stuff, they kind of like eventually get to a point where, hey, maybe we can do a cartoon or whatever and stuff. Was that always in this, like at the start of the mind, or was it just kind of like, oh, maybe we'll get to that at some point?
It plays in my head like a movie. So I try to write it out like a movie.
Okay.
So to give people enough visual to like, okay, when you're in this scene, you can picture what's happening. You can see the person, you can see the conversation they're having, and you can see like how their face is changing. And so that's what I really wanted to do, and I hope I was able to encapsulate it. I think I was. I've heard good things. I sold 500 copies. I think if people like it. So yeah.
Now obviously we're at Ranger Stop. So
yeah.
Clearly inspiration, Power Rangers, as you said before.
Oh, of course.
How big of a deal is it for you to be here? And like I said, it's the last Ranger Stop in the year. Like it's a lot of things happening.
It is a huge deal. This is my third Ranger Stop. This is my first time as an exhibitor. Okay. So it was really important for me to come here. I've gone through a lot over the past year, but now I'm in a better space. And coming to Ranger Stop really feels like full circle, because I talked about this at the first Ranger Stop, talked about this book. Everybody was like, oh, what's it going to be about? What you're going to be doing? And they're like, when is it going to come out? When is it going to come out? Well, guess what? Now it's out.
It's out.
So it's a really full circle moment. It's actually a really good feeling when I think about it, like literally telling people about the idea and then executing. And even though it took me a long time, I was able to, make it happen. So
cool. Lastly, so you mentioned second book.
Yes.
Is that process way easier now that you kind of like got this off your
first book took me 6 years. This one took me a year and a half. I'm almost done.
So it just cut it out like
like way down, because I think once I finally started building an outline and I started from there, and I knew how I wanted this second story to go, and I wanted the first story to kind of like seamlessly flow into the second one. So when you start reading, because how I wanted the series to set up is like, the first book is just a small set of words. It's great for somebody who wants to get into reading, start reading, especially for kids, like for preteens and everything. So when you start there, then we go to the next book, 55,000 words. Now we're stepping up. And so when I get to my book 3, 70 something. When I get to the last book, 90 or 100,000. So.
Sheesh. Hey, look, reading's fundamentals.
Exactly.
It's everybody got to start somewhere.
So, you do. You really should.
But I appreciate you taking time talking.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all.